What is up? Kevin sending me videos of him and the wife making twice baked potatoes. Yeah, right. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, they made a giant tray of twice baked potatoes, and I'm like,
nice.
This is porno for an Irishman.
What up, Ryan?
Hey, buddy. Yeah, he was in here before the show even started. That comment was at 11, 6 minutes ago. It's like, what the fuck is going on? You guys said you'd be right here.
You said you'd call.
We keep leveling off with our subscribers, but we got up to 499 watch hours, and then it dropped down, which I've never seen happen.
Wait, watch hours can drop down?
Yeah, I don't know if it was like a glitch before or what, and it just like leveled off.
Possible.
I
reverse watch it.
Right. I take back all the time I wasted on your trash content.
Just roll your eyes around until it reverses.
It was only like 4 hours they took off, so I think we're down to 495 right now. Or what was it? Hang on. Pull it back up real quick. 494 is what we're at. So it took back 5 hours. But we'll get that back, no problem.
We're knocking down the price from $4.99 to $4.95.
Yeah, 5 people wanted an hour of their life back.
Wait, is that the hours that went to the next celebrity we're gonna kill? We're like, hey, you get another 5 hours of life.
Right. Tack that on. Yeah, who do we aim this laser beam at next?
I don't know why you took out Alex Trebek, though. Come on.
It was collateral damage. I wasn't doing it on purpose. I was riffing drunk, man.
I think whoever they get to replace him is going to cancel the show.
What's going on, Razmaz? Yeah, I don't think there's even a point in like replacing him.
Whoever they replace him with is never going to be the same, or it's gonna it's either going to be somebody really smart, like a Neil deGrasse Tyson, who people are going to be like, on.
I guarantee there's going to be a huge push for a female host.
Yeah, or it's going to be a celebrity of some type, probably a female one, and it's going to be boring.
Which, I mean, well, it's not even that. Like, who cares at that point? Yeah, give it to a female host, because, like you said, that shit's going to burn out. It's no offense to that woman or that man that has to fill those shoes, but I feel bad for whoever the fuck has to do that. Like,
yeah, like you can't replace him, and, you know, they're either going to have to go really smart or like goofy celeb funny person, and it's going to kill the show either way.
Oh my god. Twitter suggests the most cringy shit to me all the time. And it's like life hacks from husbands, like letting wives notice they married a genius. And the fucking first one on the list is just they're boiling water with a thing of cream cheese in the boiling water to soften it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, if that's what's got you like, damn, I married me a genius, girl, you've set the bar really low.
Did you ever watch the Cumtown? Like, there's a compilation of Cumtown talking about the Jeopardy winner. I can't remember his name. Is it Chew? I think his name was. He was the guy everybody hated because he would like place bets, or the Final Jeopardy. He would do it like really weird and stuff, or he'd wait till like the final question. He would always answer the final part of the Jeopardy in the categories first before going like down the line. I can't remember his name. Arthur Chew, maybe.
So he was just a Jeopardy bastard.
But people hated him, but he was really successful. But Cumtown talked about him like multiple times. There's a whole compilation on it where it's just you find out he's just a real dirty piece of shit. Like he never showers. His wife's always cleaning up after him, and then he eventually got divorced. But like, there's photos of him just like sitting on a couch, like looking like a 4-year-old. Like she just talks about him like he's her child, like, yeah. Oh yeah, he made another mess. He hasn't taken a bath today.
That's like I always wondered with those dudes. Sorry, excuse me. Are they like actually smart? Or is it a case where it's just like a memory thing? Like they've trained their brains with trivia? Because I have a buddy who's like really weirdly good with trivia, but he's legit one of the dumbest people I know.
Right.
Like he knows like a lot of facts, but he was probably that kid that like had to learn the hard way what an oven burner does. Shit like that. just doesn't have natural instincts, isn't very book smart. Really nice dude. I would never dox his stupidity, but yeah, I've met a lot of people like that over the years too. And
I think the Jeopardy contestants are always smart, but the like champion ones are probably like midwits, as Michael Malice would say. They're people that are like smart, but they think they're way smarter than they are, and they're really just really good at the game.
Was it Ken Jennings? Is that the guy that like fucking ran Jeopardy for all their money?
Yeah, he ran a train on Jeopardy episodes.
Yeah, Trebek was like, "All right, get the fuck out of here."
Hey, come on, dude.
We need to have a show after this.
The best is when
you can't give you any more money. We got to just give you equity in the program.
The best though is when Trebek would get like visibly annoyed by contestants, and he would like talk shit to them, but in his very like monotone, toned down kind of way.
And he's still such a classy dude. Like, it would never be like, "Suck my dick, you motherfucker." Like, it'd be like it'd be the classiest, most artful fucking roasts ever, to the point where like you almost don't even notice. Right. Like all the smart people in the room gasp, but you're like, wait, did he just insult him?
Yeah, it's basically like he's telling like your mom jokes, but he's doing it in the most passive aggressive, complimentary way,
academic way possible. Like, what the fuck just happened? This is a smart people rap battle. Just wait till the end where they cite all their sources. Oh my god. Yeah, so that's a really weird recurring theme of this show, is that every time we talk about a celebrity, they end up dying. And it's almost getting closer and closer between the streams.
Can we start the next one from Michael Shannon?
Yeah, right. Put that out into the world. I mean, he looks like a corpse. But I think that's what I like about him, and it's so funny that he didn't come up in our discussion of like modern day ugly handsome, because he's like exactly that.
Oh yeah.
There's a ton of women that are like crazy in love with him, and he's the closest thing I could think of to like he almost looks like if McQueen and Charles Bronson were like in the Fly Machine.
Oh my god.
He's got like McQueen's weird head shape, and then
like
Charles.
Up acid.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he's still gross and mutating. He's slinking back and forth between the Bronson and McQueen spectrum.
He's just Michael Shannon, but he throws up acid.
8 Mile 2 starring Trebek as an aged Eminem. Just shot for shot remake. He's just way older Alex Trebek.
What is? You're a bitch.
Right? What is bullshit? I almost put that up, and then you made a similar joke to me in DMs, and I was like, that'll just feel like stealing Jeff's joke. It's like, I can't use it now. And then I was glad afterwards, because as scrolling throughout the day, everybody was like, what is sadness?
That's how the show ends. I'm like, Spencer Carlos Mencia me.
Right. And then I moved on and replaced him with a younger model. I get Dave Franco to be the new Jeff, who's actually probably older. He's paid to look incredibly young. I mistakenly, drunkenly call him Dave constantly on the show. Oh shit! I mean Jeff. Dave, I miss Jeff. Wait, no. You're right here, Jeff. I miss Dave.
Can you just get your more accomplished brother in here, please? He's another dude too, who's like ugly handsome.
See, but he's not that like. He doesn't have the like rugged look. Like Michael Shannon, I still looks like I believe he could beat someone's ass. James Franco has this like he's like the aristocrat. Like I wouldn't think of him if it's like like a D&D fantasy party. Franco isn't the like warrior type.
No, I don't think he's
He's the
that style.
he's the little rogue guy. He's definitely like people definitely think he's handsome and chicks fucking love him, but he definitely is that weird like ratty kind of like I don't know
Yeah.
if like swarmy's the word I'm thinking of.
Franco is like that Seinfeld character where it's like depending on the lighting, she either looked like super hot or horrendous.
Yeah, he's just
That's
got
Franco.
weird shapes to his facial structure.
And like a really gummy smile.
He can kind of look like an emaciated James Dean here and
Yeah.
there,
Well, he
and
played James
then
Dean.
okay, that makes sense.
Hmm.
I didn't even know that.
He has like one of his first like breakout roles.
Was it The Deuce where he was like sort of like a porn producer? Is that the name of that show? I think it was
I
like
don't
an
know.
HBO show.
I don't know because he's
I
done a
always
million things that
I
like
always felt
nobody
like
sees.
that was a good vibe for him, and that's what I mean. He's kind of got that like ratty sort of like ugly douchebag, but his
Yeah.
personality is what's like not even his personality, like how he carries himself is what seems to attract women.
Right.
Uh, but Michael Shannon is straight up like a foot. That dude, like the fact that, and we both like him as an actor too.
Yeah.
Like we talked about it earlier, and it was like I fucking love him in a lot of stuff. He was kick ass in Boardwalk Empire. There's this weird movie Take Shelter he was in.
Yeah. All those guys, that guy that made Take Shelter, all his movies, I think Shannon's in all of them. And he's great and everything. Like Midnight fuck.
Express.
Midnight Express, yeah.
What it's
It was
called.
really good.
What's
Which
up,
is basically
Randy?
like a take on Superman, essentially.
Yeah.
Um, but it plays out more like a modern version of Starman, more than anything.
Yeah, that was a weird one. I remember coming out of that, like it wasn't like anything crazy, but I enjoyed it because it was one of those ones where even after all the marketing, I went into it not really knowing what exactly was going to happen in it, and it
Yeah,
was enjoyable.
yeah.
And
And he
that's
also
what
did
a movie should
Mud.
be.
I think he did Mud too.
Oh, see, I didn't know. I've seen Mud too. That's McConaughey.
Yeah. All right.
Everything comes back around to
Michael
our
Shannon,
favorite
you're kind
guy.
of an ugly dude.
Gotta look like a foot.
You got them crazy eyes. I don't know what if after 5 years kiss you.
Yeah, he looks like a just barely cooked raw hamburger. Which is back to that, like that's why it was so funny that neither of us thought of him. Well, I mean, I was drinking. I don't know what your excuse is, but
I'm just dumb.
yeah, like he's even got that like weird like acne scarred face like Bronson and everything.
Yeah, and like every part of his face is like
It looks like
chiseled.
somebody put a cigarette out on it or took a meat tenderizer to it. You're like,
You,
how the
you know what
fuck how's a face sustained this much damage and stayed together this well? Like
he
he
has a
should look
face.
weirder, it feels like.
He has a face like if Robert Zadar's cherubimism was like toned down just slightly, but his eyes bulge.
That's the thing, like
Yeah.
his features are all still like hyper masculine. Like he's got a really strong jawline,
Yeah.
really strong brow ridge, and it's all like just under almost looking cartoony.
Yeah.
Like I feel like a little bit more in any direction. It's like you were saying, it's like Robert Zadar, like this it's like uncanny valley. Like I knew that was that guy's actual face growing up and seeing him in movies, and still my brain was like, what the fuck is going on? Like as a little kid.
Right.
But Michael Shannon's is like just outside of that, where you're like, no, that's a real guy. I'm like, it's weird that like he broke out after Sin City and all that for the most part, because it's like, man, you could have put a couple prosthetics on that guy and he is literally just Marv.
But then like Michael Shannon has like Judge Doom eyes from Roger Rabbit on top of all that.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing too, is the guy he can emote. He's got the like lip expression of like Clint Eastwood in his like golden age. Where he could just like make a grimace and you're like, oh yeah, everybody in the room's fucked. Like,
yeah,
here we go.
Well, he does that in Nocturnal Animals, the Tom Ford movie. He plays
I
like
don't
this
think I've
badass.
seen that
Oh,
yet. I
really?
think I like have that on my list, and
It's really good. I like Tom Ford's first one, The Serious Man, and Nocturnal Animals. It almost kind of plays out like the original Straw Dogs. If you ever saw that, where it's like it's not a good, like it's not a movie that you come out feeling good about. It's a movie
yeah,
that
no, it's
unfortunately
not one you
depresses
want to
you.
go back and watch and stuff. I
Yeah,
actually
but it's
Straw
great.
Dogs. I love both the original and the remake was still solid too.
The original fucked me up. It literally bummed me out for the next like 2 days.
Yeah,
It's so fucked up.
that's up there with shit like I Spit on Your Grave and stuff like that. Just like
Yeah,
grisly fucking movies. Uh,
but yeah,
that was
Nocturnal
like
Animals.
Irreversible. The first time I saw that,
Oh
I was like,
yeah,
oh fuck, like I don't think I need movies anymore.
yeah. It's like okay,
I
a
don't think I
40-minute
like
break.
movies
All right.
anymore. And the director of that was like, I wanted to like challenge the like sexual prowess of Monica Bellucci. Like she was made into this like sex icon by, you know, the zeitgeist or whatever the fuck you want to call it. She was put up on this huge pedestal, and he's like, could we destroy that in a moment, sort of thing. And I was like, that is some dark shit, man. And that was just like here's the focus of this movie. Like, can we unwrite this lovely woman's career?
But he still couldn't do it. Monica Bellucci has that like power cosmic of sex, you know?
Oh yeah, she's absolutely stunning. She's a brilliant woman off screen too, a accomplished model.
Hmm.
I fucking absolutely loved her in Shoot 'Em Up.
Oh yeah, I
Uh,
forgot about that. As the
she's
lactating whore.
yeah, she's almost like a cartoon character, but that movie, I mean, she is. That movie is literally, I think the guy who wrote it said it was basically an episode of Bugs Bunny that he wanted to write live action.
Yeah.
And that's like down to Clive Owen eating carrots the whole fucking movie.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
If you
that.
didn't pick up on that, it's because he's supposed to be Bugs Bunny. He wrote it as a Bugs Bunny like movie.
Has that guy done anything else?
I don't know. I don't even remember who the fuck did that movie. I just remember that movie getting a ton of press, and I think it was like MTV or something had these like mini documentaries of behind the scenes while the movie was getting made.
Hmm.
And it was back when MTV was like really pushing the boundaries on shit with what they could get away with, and it had the scene of like Monica Bellucci like taking her panties off, and
Yeah,
it's all
yeah.
like lit really fancy, like a crime noir. It's like stark shadows and silhouettes and stuff, but it's like, yeah, like you know what's going on in this scene, and MTV is just playing it in like every ad reel they could get away with, and
Clive Owen really burned out quick.
dudes getting carrots slammed in him. Oh, who gives a shit, dude? Quality over quantity.
No, I'm just saying though, it's like
Dude's
he was
dude's
like
got.
the guy for like a
I could
summer.
settle for fucking Children of Men and shoot him up right there and be completely fine with Clive Owen's career, and he's got
Hmm.
plenty other shit. Children of Men alone is like, if you have not seen that movie before, go fucking watch that movie. It is such a weird little like gem.
No, yeah, it's great.
Uh, and some of
And
the coolest
he
shots, like you've probably heard about that fucking one shot in the car a billion times
yeah.
before.
And it's really cool to see how they actually did it because it's way more intensive than what you would think.
Oh yeah, and it's like everybody like pressing themselves to the far corner of the car so the camera can swing around and shit, and like
And there's
ducking
CGI
around.
that you didn't realize was in there.
Yep, one little cut.
Um, but yeah, he's also a dude who's like really handsome, but kind of ugly at times. And he
Yeah, he.
also has like a gigantic head with a little boy's body.
It's
Like if you see
funny
him with
that
his
we
shirt
keep
off,
stumbling around into these guys. What's up, Colin? But yeah, that
well,
you're right. He's again like it's like that British handsome.
yeah. Like
Uh,
don't smile, handsome.
it's like you shouldn't be handsome because there's so much fucking weird asymmetry going on with your face, but
Yeah, it just looks like he had just the right amount of like fillers and injections into his face before turning to
one
a
more
test.
whack with the shovel would have thrown the whole thing off.
Right. But he also, like I was saying, like if he takes his shirt off, he looks like a little boy with a hairy chest. It's like,
That's
you know,
amazing. I
like
mean, I'm a chud, but I have a weirdly like symmetrical head other than all the scars I have on it from like
but
getting my face punched in.
I mean, like he was, people were talking about him for James Bond for a long time, And it's like you look at Daniel Craig and he's buff as shit, and it's like you could tear somebody apart.
I
And you
was,
see Clive Owen, it's like, oh, anybody could beat him up. A 16-year-old
Clive
could beat him
Owen
up.
would also be the ugliest Bond
Yeah. Well,
ever.
no, George Lazenby.
No, George would still be slaying in comparison to
You
Clive
think?
Owen. I also just think Clive Owen is like, he's a good actor, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like even with how hard he pushes things, he tends to come across really monotonous, like
Yeah.
monotone in just his delivery.
Mm-hmm.
Like the stuff he's like great in, he's absolutely amazing in, but there's some stuff where he's just like, all right, deliver it like you do, Clive. Like just be you. Like almost like Jason Statham level of just like, yeah, you're doing your thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
Another day. Make sure you show up on set and that's it. It's not like there's any motivation to the character or anything. It's just you're Clive Owen. And the only time I think that worked was Shoot 'em Up, where they were like, yeah, like do it to the max. And after that movie, I feel like that's probably what sort of murdered his career. Is after that, everybody was probably like, yeah, just do that.
Well, yeah, I
Uh,
remember he was doing all those action movies. Like he did the King Arthur one, and he did. Did you ever see that one where he's like a samurai?
oh, I know what you're talking about.
It's like fucking Morgan Freeman and him as a samurai,
Is that not 13th Warrior? The Last Knights or something?
something like that. That sounds right. I had to turn it off. It was just too shitty. Like like there's a level of shitty where it's just
Oh,
not fun.
yeah, that's one of those ones like we were talking about where you can tell the movie had a huge budget, but it was all spent on the actors in the
Yep.
movie and the costuming, and then they got to shoot the movie and they were like, "Oh, fuck." And
Right.
like a lot of the sets were like it looked like they stacked up like giant blocks of styrofoam and just like carved out of them with chainsaws and then hit them with spray paint and shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's like
he was in Gemini Man. I didn't know that.
Gemini Man.
Yeah, Gemini Man.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck are you saying?
That's what Kevin calls it.
That's funny.
Last Nights. Yeah, that's what it was called. That was 2015. That was one of the last movies I remembered him being in. Oh, and that movie Intruders. That's like a horror movie that I can't remember a damn thing about, but I've seen.
I don't remember that.
Uh,
We got intruders in our house.
Yeah, it was in Gemini Man last year. He played himself in an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm this year, I guess, which I have not seen. And he's got 2 TV series coming out. One that he's shooting right now called Lizzie's Story, and one called American Crime Story that comes out in 2021, where he plays William Jefferson Clinton.
That's gonna be terrible. Him as Clinton.
Now I'm trying to think of other fucking old ugly dudes.
Because his voice is so distinct too. Like it's gonna be hard for him to change it up to be, Arkansas Bill Clinton. I'm Bill Clinton.
What if he fucking nails it
Arkansas.
and he's just like, let's get some blowjobs, boys.
Monica, get on the Resolute desk.
It's the whole story of how he ended up in that blue dress painting on Epstein Island. I was like, and I'm in. Shut up and take my money. They announced today or sometime this week, I should say. I don't know if it was today. I could be behind on the news, but they announced they're doing another Bloodshot movie.
Oh yeah.
Which first had me kind of surprised because the first Bloodshot movie did not seem to do very well, and it was also one of those movies that got hit by the early COVID stuff. I guess it bounced back with the digital sales and everything, so it was good that they leaned into that. But I immediately retweeted it and was like, Jason Momoa as Rampage or get the fuck out. And I just want to say I put that out there first, and now it's on both Twitter and our YouTube. So if somehow Jason Momoa ends up as Rampage
or dies,
yeah, or dies,
that's his fault.
We are both responsible.
I still haven't seen it. I know that the dude from Outlander is in it.
Sure.
You don't know what Outlander is?
No, is that the old guy or is that the villain guy in it that isn't Vin Diesel?
Yeah, the villain who's like the redhead dude with like the crazy arms.
You can't even tell he's redheaded in this
Oh,
movie.
really?
The lighting is so weird.
Outlander is like, um, it's kind of like stay-at-home wife fan fiction. It's just like
Sick.
every episode. It's basically this lady that gets trapped back in time with the Scottish Rebellion, and she
Oh,
just literally has
Jesus.
sex with this hot dude who's that guy, like every episode, like 5 times an episode. But she's also really stupid too. Like every episode is her going, because she's from I think the 40s, and every episode is like, you shouldn't treat women this way, and it's
I'm
like,
from
we're
the
gonna kill
40s,
you.
right?
They're gonna burn
So
you
wait,
alive.
she's from the 40s, but they go back in time
Hmm.
as if women were treated awesome in the 40s
I
here
know.
as well. Like
She's like, we can't vote yet, but
they should have added a snarky character that's another guy from her time period that like fact checks all her bullshit while they're back in time. And she's like, you shouldn't treat women like that. And he's like, oh, like you have a better chance back in our time, you wench. That would make the show funny. No. That's insane though. Yeah, that sounds like a Blaze erotic novel turned into a TV show.
It's actually like a pretty good show. Like there's some good action in it, surprisingly, but it gets really fucking weird at one point because the
Ryan
whole
said it's
like,
really, really dumb, Jeff. You're not selling me here.
well, let me say on this. The main villain is trying to rape that dude from Bloodshot for 2 seasons.
To rape him?
Yeah, that's
I'm
his
gonna
whole
take your
goal,
butt,
is to
Cherry.
rape him. And the
Well, I
show,
mean, you want to take the fight out of a man.
not to spoil it, but the show
He
actually does have him get
succeeds.
raped, and they show the whole thing. Like at first, you think they're gonna cut away at the moment, and it cuts to black, and then it just immediately comes back, and it's him being raped for the next half hour.
Amazing.
Yeah, you gotta watch it just for that episode.
Oh, for sure.
It's so graphic, and he does it multiple times through the episode. You're just watching it like, holy shit, they're still going. He's still raping this poor guy.
Oh, so he does succeed?
Yeah, multiple times.
He rapes him multiple times.
Yes, he has him down in a dungeon, and he basically tells him like, "Hey, I'm gonna rape you, or I'm gonna
Ryan,
kill
I
everybody."
was talking about Bloodshot being dumb.
And then
It
he
was
literally
just
just
like
rapes him every way he can. His
Blood
mouth, his butt.
Bloodshot should have been the first 10 minutes of the Bloodshot movie.
Oh, there's blood shots in Outlander. Let me tell you.
They also do this like it very much felt like Vin Diesel helped write the script. Like the movie feels super, super dated.
All right, in this scene, I want to look really cool, and then this other season, I want to look really cool.
No, not even. So he might have said that, but I'm talking like, imagine like first 10 minutes of the movie, wife of the hero is going to get killed in a slow motion sequence.
Okay.
Like shit like that.
Oh yeah, dude had great raping stamina. You got to give it up to him.
All I know is about the show is there's a big hairy ginger. Yeah. Yeah. The Bloodshot movie too. I don't remember Vin Diesel ever actually like turning pale white. I think maybe it happens at the end of the movie. Which also makes no sense because he's just got the nanites in him the whole fucking time.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's just bald Vin Diesel doing Vin Diesel stuff. And like how we were talking about Clive Owen and Jason Statham and shit like that, like he's very much just like playing himself, playing a character.
Does he have the actual like blood circle in his chest and
like,
stuff?
oh, like Vin, how long did it take you to prepare for playing a fucking Bloodshot? Like no time at all.
I was born to play it.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure he said something like that during the press. Yeah, it's fucking, it's unreal, like how much it, and the whole time it was being produced, these guys were like, holy shit, it's perfect. I was like, dude, I don't remember ever reading a Bloodshot comic and going, no one would make this perfect. A bald guy that is so fucking in love with his own image that he's just not going to act at all.
I live my life one bloodshot at a time.
Yeah. One bullet at a time. Anything else is too fast. What?
Does he have the actual like red circle on his chest?
I miss Paul. I don't even remember. I've watched the movie like 2 or 3 times now too, and I genuinely do not remember.
So
I
it's
think
kind of like a 90s comic
I
book
think
movie?
it is on the press and like the cover of the movie and stuff, but I don't remember seeing it in the movie. There's like a weird, it almost looks like there's like a metal core in him. Like I think it like lights up at one point, almost like Iron Man
Okay.
in like the final fight, but I genuinely don't remember like one way or the other. And again, I might just be remembering that from like the box art where it's like glowing. But I just remember it like Vin Diesel in a t-shirt doing Vin Diesel stuff, fighting a guy with if you came with it in 2000, you would have been like, whoa, for the villain.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't. It's fucking 2019 or whatever, and it's like, oh my god, this guy has animatronic arms.
This is
I fucking kid you not.
this is Sergeant Squid.
2 animatronic arms. Yeah, right.
Totally original character.
Yeah, and it's 2 arms. It's not even 4 like Dr. Octopus or anything. It's like, not only have you seen it before, you're seeing it at half the capacity you've seen it before in. As it's surreal. And they did like nothing really crazy with it. There's like a scene they show in the trailer where they get launched down like the outside of a building, down like an elevator shaft or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like grabbing onto shit or trying to as they're falling and like twirling around, and it's just a mess of like Blade 2 level CGI.
Oh.
Oh man, it's insane how dated that movie feels.
But is it like a
They can
90s for kind of comic book movie where it's the comic book movie in name only? Or does it still have a pretty close story to the comic?
It still takes a lot from the comic, but it does it in such a weird slapdash way. I was just about to say that, like, it does the whole thing where, like, it's sort of like an unreliable narrator, and Bloodshot doesn't really remember where he comes from or who he is.
Mm-hmm.
And he has all these different memories, and they show it like a montage of him doing different missions, and you sort of don't know what's him actually out like killing people and doing a mission and what's like an implanted memory or whatever.
Okay.
But it's so quickly thrown together in a montage and feels so 90s, like everything else in the movie. And it's just so weird. Like, the movie feels like a first draft of something. Like they were running out of time. Oh shit. Another challenger appears.
Ryan
Dun
Wynn.
dun dun.
Yeah, it's
Good
weird.
Resident
What's
Bloodshot
up, dude?
expert Ryan Wynn.
Yeah. The movie very much feels like a first draft of something that they just like rushed to screen, and it was strange because I feel like that was such an easy one to nail. Like that the creators were trying to do a Rambo book originally. That's where Bloodshot came from.
Right.
Trying to do a Rambo book, couldn't get the Rambo license, ended up doing Bloodshot instead and just making it a superhero book, and everything worked out great. I think Rambo. I do not think fucking Vin Diesel.
No, I think Stallone.
It blows my mind. And well, the whole thing too is fucking Bloodshot has hair.
Iconic hair.
Yeah, like really, really known for his hairdo.
Like Wolverine.
Yeah.
An absolutely jackassery fucking like high and tight with like a insane fade. But like we're both huge fans of Thomas Jane. I thought Thomas Jane was going to get approached for the role when they announced it originally. Tom Jane slapped 60 pounds of muscle back on. He, especially for the fucking Lemire run that everybody's all nuts about with fucking Bloodshot, I feel like he would have been perfect. Was it La Rosa that did art on that one?
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
There was a few. Miko Soyen was the main guy.
I thought that whole arc, for the most part, was just boring as all fucking hell, but
pretty much.
People love Lemire. It was just like Bloodshot hunting down other people that were infected with Bloodshotness.
It was just talking heads, and then, oh yeah, he's supposed to shoot people. Do a panel where they shoot. Okay, let's get back to these talking heads, because I love all my words, so let's just make this action comic about my words.
This right here is... It's funny how hard it is to find like actual art of Rampage too. Like he doesn't seem to be in the modern Bloodshot stuff a lot, and then he is in this one. I'm wondering if they just brought him back in Salvation or something, or he's just not used a lot. I don't really know because I'm not too familiar with Valiant anymore. But when they announced that shit today, that's the guy in the background right there. I think he's referred to as like Rampage or Rampage Protocol. I thought he was like the coolest shit when I was a little kid.
It's just weird the movies, like, or the movie, I should say. It's just weird that they actively were trying to make it seem like its own thing and not reflect the comic book. Like that was the actual goal, which is why none of the characters looked like them, which is so dumb.
Yeah.
Is Diesel even still buff enough to have his shirt off?
It makes no sense. Like at that point when I heard Vin Diesel, I was like, I would have then rather just been like, Jared Leto is Bloodshot. Like, at least I know he would have done the fucking doofy haircut.
And he would have gotten the Bloodshot tattoos on his face that say like nanites and stuff.
Well, yeah, right. Robots inside me.
Yeah, there it is.
No, I'd get like really fucking lame guy shit that he thinks is wicked badass. Like, what is it on the front of claymores and stuff? Like, front towards enemy and stuff like that. Like, I'm a wicked edgelord.
Yeah, I was making fun of him as the Joker until the press release picture of him walking across the street with his phone on, so the paparazzi could just accidentally see what was on his screen, as most people do. But the image on his screen was one of the covers I did for Detective. So I was like, all right, you're all right, buddy. You're cool.
Kevin, Rick Moranis as Bloodshot.
Yeah. It's just a loop of him getting knocked out for 2 hours.
Oh man.
Oh,
that's why he's the Bloodshot. That's why he's fine after getting knocked out, man. It's the nanites. Dude, Kenneth Rockefort fucking kicks dick.
It would be great if at the end of that video, Rick Moranis did pop up and his skin starts like reforming.
He chases the guy down and puts his hand through his heart.
He's like, what the fuck?
Just turns incredibly white, runs away. The fuck?
Ernest Borgnine's corpse as Bloodshot, Kevin also says.
Jesus. Kevin as Bloodshot. He could get Kevin in a bald cap and he could play that Russian Bloodshot with the really pointy mustache.
Commander Bloodshot. He was kind of fun. He was a little bit of a fun character to work on, like because he was like a meaner Bloodshot.
Oh, here he is right
cool.
here. That's the whole thing though, was just like it got to a point in that series where it's just like, oh yeah, everything is just like somebody infected with like bloodshot nanites, and they're another bloodshot. Like it's another super white person with red eyes. And I remember there's one whole issue that was dedicated to like, oh, here's this gangbanger black guy who's now super white dude with red eyes. And Bloodshot had to like take him out, and it was just a strange fucking issue. The whole series is fucking weird and really is like what all the Wolverine movies do that end up fucking being horrible. Is just like Wolverine's gonna fight another version of himself.
Right.
Yeah, at least Commander Bloodshot, he's just Bloodshot in another dimension that doesn't actually exist anymore.
Yeah.
So he wasn't part of the Bloodshot storyline. He actually is Bloodshot. But
yeah,
everyone
see,
in the
I just
Stalinverse is just the Russianized version.
Okay, see, I just saw him around the time I was reading all that shit, so I assumed he was from the end of it or something, like he was the behind all of it. I didn't know he was from a different thing altogether. Because that Lemire run, it eventually gets to a point where he's seeing blood squirt or blood sport or some shit.
It's called Blood Squirt, the little cartoon version.
Oh my god, dude.
It's and Jeff's a really good writer, I should say. Like I think he's completely unfun on Twitter and stuff like that. But he's written some really good stuff. But
he's written some amazing stuff.
Bloodshot's just like, I think he's tough to write if you're not
tough if you never read him.
Let me finish my sentence, man. He's tough if God, he's tough if you're not angling for what Bloodshot is. If you're not understanding the action movie aspect of it, it's not supposed to be a psychological or intellectual character by any means. And I think it just kind of gets boring if you do that.
Well, yeah, like it doesn't even logically make any fucking sense that this dude who's basically programmed to not be affected with PTSD is affected by PTSD. Like his brain is part of his fucking body. The nanites would repair it. It's insane. Like he can get fucking shot in the face and be repaired and be completely fine. Like he needs to just take in protein and he'll be good. Like, the fact that he's like haunted by all this shit and would be struggling with his past is like not really. Like I can get the motivation to want to be able to find out your past, but like once you do, what else is there to do? You either go into hiding or you embrace that life of just being like uber badass. Like it was
the Bloodshot here.
This weird, like, it's like treads in between both of those ideas in the Lemire stuff. Because from what I remember, I think it sort of starts out like he is trying to lead a normal life, and doesn't he know he's like Raymond Garrison at that point?
Yeah, I forget all the details, but it feels like it's gonna be like a Rambo trope at first because it's like he's like living in the woods or something, and it's like, you know, that's what normal people do when they want to feel normal is they move to the woods.
Yes, just completely remove yourself from society.
Yeah, I'll be good at survival.
Step number 1 of reintegrating with the world: remove yourself from it.
But yeah, and then it just gets into like, I'm sad because a girl died.
Every issue ends with him crying in a motel room.
Basically.
To his cartoon hallucination, which I was like, 10 years ago, I'd probably be like, I'm right here with you, Bloodshot. It's super relatable, but now I was like, what the fuck is going on? Rye is not in the movies. That was the weird thing, too, was Valiant was doing all this press like, oh, hey, yeah, we're going to do this shared movie universe. And then what the fuck's the company? Is it Hive Mind or whatever? Released.
Oh, you're talking about the like made for internet videos?
No, they're the company that did Bloodshot. They released.
Didn't they also do like a ninja thing with Tommy from Power Rangers?
Oh yeah, no, that was like a shared universe webisode thing they did. I think Ryan was still working for the company back when they did that.
Did you meet Tommy?
Who?
Tommy, the
The
Green Ranger.
Power Ranger.
No, I didn't.
You suck.
You know what? I don't know. I might have in New York. I don't know. Probably not.
The Red Ranger was from Centerville, Virginia, which is only 20 minutes away from my hometown.
Yeah, no, that was
Basically,
that was the
friends.
thing was, well, this company, it's Dinesh's fucking company. I can never fucking remember it. I think it's Hive Mind.
Yeah, that's it.
But when they were like promoting the movie, they were like, "Oh fuck yeah, Bloodshot! It's its own thing. Like it's gonna be great. The movie kicks ass. Everybody that's already seen it fucking loves it." And I was like shocked. I was like, if somebody sent me a presser copy of this, I would have been pissed. Because I wouldn't know how to like lie to people about this. I would have been like, "Oh man, dude, like you guys get ready. It's gonna be fucking wonky as fuck."
It's really bloodshotty.
But
so many shots, so much blood.
Oh my god, where was I going with this?
Sorry, we're interrupting you now.
Yeah, it's fine. You gotta get your jabs in. I'm just clobbering you guys.
Get your bloodshot's in.
Constantly screaming over you. No, that was the thing. Well, Valiant at the same time seemed to be on a completely different page. And they were promoting like, oh yeah, like we're gonna be like the Bloodshot movie's coming out, but we're eventually gonna have this Valiant shared universe in like the movie world too. And the Bloodshot movie doesn't seem to be aware of that at all. It's very much just like on its own. I don't know if there was a post-credits scene. I didn't stay long enough for that.
I don't believe so.
Yeah.
I forgot everything about it except for the things I didn't like.
Yeah, no, that's funny too, because all the other stuff is just in the trailer. So it's like the stuff that was cool is in the trailer. The stuff that you don't like is everything else in the movie.
Did they have like little cameo things for other Valiant things?
No, that's what I mean. Is like
no,
Valiant,
purposefully not. Yeah,
yeah. Valiant was like if you go back and look at it, unless it all got pulled down. Anytime you saw Valiant talking about it, like they were posting it on Twitter and stuff, like the first movie in the Valiant cinematic universe, and like it was talked about everywhere, and there was like fan theories of which movie would come next and stuff like that.
Paul Walker as Man of War.
It's like, dude, if you fucking if you watch the Bloodshot movie or talk to anyone or read any of the press for the Bloodshot movie, that was not the case for that production, because none of them seemed to think, oh yeah, we're gonna do a whole shared universe with this. Like Ryan was saying, it was very much supposed to just be its own standalone thing, and I think they were genuinely trying to do sort of like a Dark Knight vibe, which makes it almost more hilarious. Because it was like this was people with a pretty sizable budget trying to make a serious film and taking themselves very seriously. And it is bonkers how dated it feels.
Hey, can you pull up Colin's last comment?
What's the difference between Paul Walker and my computer?
I don't know, Colin. What is the difference?
He's genuinely asking. It's not a joke. He's like, no, guys, I'm really confused because my computer looks a lot like Paul.
Hi, computer talking to him in Paul Walker's voice.
Kevin
trying to get him to drive real fast with him.
Colin said, I just don't think Vin the Diesel is a dull actor. Kevin also said there was a post-credits scene. It was Vin Diesel chugging Bang Energy.
This rejuvenates me, just like my nanites.
I think these super continuity films are dumb. That's a great way to put it too, because they try to tie them all together, and the ironic part of it is the continuity is always uber fucked in the Marvel movies.
Colin answered the question.
I care when my computer crashes.
Oh, jeez.
Your computer didn't die when it hit a telephone pole. I was going to say your computer was never in a movie with Vin Diesel, so I don't know.
Your computer has a brother that looks a lot like it, but doesn't get as prestigious of roles.
Oh, yeah.
What's a Valiant property that you would like to see turned into a movie, Ryan?
I don't care.
All right, jeez. Okay.
Motherfucking shooty boy.
Well, Eddie boy Ryan.
I would only want to see a Divinity movie.
Just because you had a part in it?
Yeah.
You want that check?
Yeah.
I want that invite. I want that check. I want that credit up in the, on the screen.
I'm pretty sure they don't own Turok anymore, Kevin. I think
really?
we looked into that a while ago.
They do not.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah, they lost that along with Robot Fighter, which was like when I was joking with Ryan forever ago that I wanted to send them a pitch. I was like, here's all the things I want to write for, and it's all the dumb shit, like an Indian guy fighting dinosaurs, and this guy, Robot Fighter Magnus, who I know nothing about, but he's just like, yeah, he's like a white guy in a mini skirt fist fighting robots on their planet. So he's just like ultimate asshole. And I was like, yeah, I can totally write this. I straight up went to Kevin and was like, so there's this one I know nothing about, but I have a pitch for it. Like, I would love to pitch it with you. And that was the whole angle, was just make him like a turbo dickhead, and he just like crash landed on this robot planet and he hates robots.
And this was still a time period where I wanted to be honest with Spencer about how the industry was, but I was also trying not to sound like too neg or dismissive of, like, you know, someone trying to reach their goals. But I eventually had to tell them, like, there's a bunch of creators that are saying Valiant is using ideas they've stolen from them, so I don't know if you really want to fulfill some of these pitches to them.
Yeah, right. So we were like, time to pivot.
Yeah. And then you started just going mad on your own.
Welcome to Robot Fighter Genghis. Just change like one letter and everything.
You should always have like a censor bar over his name as he fights.
Yeah.
Like he's just constantly upskirting.
Let's just say I hate robots. Yeah, it's like Terminator, but he takes the fight to the robots, and it's really stupid. Robot Fighter Chungus. Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
There's the golden nugget of the night right there.
Robot Fighter Chungus.
Because he was the ghost who walks. I want the Defenders of Earth film. That way I could kill off the Phantom in every film.
I always like the Phantom.
Jeff.
Oh, no, he's cool.
The skull.
I'm down for the Phantom. The Phantom's one of those characters, like, even from the time I was a kid, I was like, that guy is so cool.
Right.
And then, like, I would, like, go find an old comic of his and be like, I guess this is okay.
Yeah,
like,
I'm with Kevin. Exo Manowar and Eternal Warrior would be titty. Exo Manowar, I think more so just because he's like, you know, what is it, Eric Dacia or whatever the fuck. So it's like weird time period and then like super turbo sci-fi. That mashup would be kind of visually cool as fuck.
Yeah, especially that it's not even that it's super future and modern stuff, that it's like he's a Visigoth warrior from 1,000 years ago. So he's just above a barbarian in intelligence. And then you get dropped in the middle of this, like, hey, here's this sci-fi armor sort of Green Lantern sort of thing.
Geomancer was gay. I'm with you on Eternal Warrior, though, because Eternal Warrior is one of those ones where you could almost do it. I think kind of how they're talking about the Metal Gear movie, but I think that's a horrible idea for the Metal Gear movie because there's so much story in Metal Gear. I feel like they should just make it a bunch of movies. But Eternal Warrior, you could do like cast that one dude to play the main character and then just
Jason Momoa.
Do it over like tons and tons of like different eras and just him coming back and fighting the fucking weird I forget the name of the fucking monster in that, but he's like the just like embodiment of evil.
Yeah, it's like it's not the necromancer, but it's a necro something?
He has a bunch of different names, and then he becomes like the man in the suit in the fucking the newer Valiant stuff. I think it was just the Valiant. He becomes almost like this weird like demon businessman, which I'm pretty sure they stole from a Stephen King novel.
Or is he Dark something?
Shadow Man would be good. Yeah, I thought it was like something Darkness or something like that, because he's like, it's like Eternal Warrior and something else for Eternal and like something. I don't know.
I have it here. I could look it up, but I just don't care.
Yeah, I don't care enough. Exactly. Bog standard romantic comedy plot, seeing how we're talking about dumb shit on film, but
Jobu said, "Degenerates, all of you."
Oh shit, what's up, Jobu?
Welcome, Jobu.
Kevin said what we're all thinking. Let's be honest, we all just want a Congo remake. But shoot it in 300 style.
I'd be down
action
for
film.
that.
A romantic comedy
with
where
no hate original.
Where all the making out in the movie is shot at like 2,000 frames a second. And then speed ramped up right at the end where they make contact. I think that's what Colin's talking about.
Wait, you're talking about the apes from Congo making out?
No, he said he wants a romantic comedy plot.
Okay.
But shoot it in a 300 style action film.
Oh, I was reading it combined with Kevin's.
Me too. I was very excited about it.
Like, all right,
we want to see a romantic comedy remake of Congo. Get on it, Hollywood.
Hey, those new Planet of the Apes movies were pretty awesome. So it could be
enough romance.
I thought you were going to say romantic comedies, and I was say exactly what Ryan said. Not enough.
What did he say? What did he say?
Not enough romance.
There's romance in those movies.
Barely.
Yes, there is.
Only
so in the romantic version of Congo, is Andy Serkis still one of the main people? Or are we getting? I don't know why I said it like that. Are we getting like romantic comedic actors to play the roles?
Oh yeah, McConaughey goes back to romantic comedy
as a lovable, angry killer ape.
No, as himself, who falls in love with an ape.
Oh, whoa.
Oh my God, Razmaz.
His name's John Goodall.
Congos. There it is, guys.
Congos.
No way.
And it also deals with parallel dimensions. That's where the turbo cyber monkeys come from in this one. Yeah.
And they have to find a little girl like Newt so that she can say, mostly.
Right?
That's my favorite line in the movie.
Those weird, like, laser lava monkeys. That's all I remember. They were like lava monkey toys that came out with the movie.
I know what you're talking about, though, Ryan.
Yeah.
Like, there's lines in certain movies that you just pick up on, and they always stick with you. Like, I rewatched Lost Boys not too long ago, and there's this point where Corey Haim goes like, "You're gonna be late." And it's just the way he says "late."
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. That's like in Friday the 13th. What's the one with Crispin Glover? Is that 3, 4?
3. Oh, it's
4.
Or wait, is it 3?
I thought it was 3.
It's whatever.
No, it's 4. It's 4.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the first Tommy one, because 3 is where he gets the mask with Shelly and everybody. Don't fuck me up.
You're right.
Yeah. So he's trying to get the girl to dance, and like she's like, no, and he's like, it's good. Like,
oh my
he does
God,
this weird,
yeah.
like, it's good. It always stuck with me.
I think that's one of the ones too where it's like always been disputed whether that line's ADR'd or not, because they then ADR the music in right after too.
It could be. That's why it's so weird.
Yeah, and that's why his dancing doesn't match up at all. I always forget the song that he's dancing to when they were shooting, but they ended up not being able to get the rights to it last minute. So they had to just switch the song, but whatever idiot they put in charge of that doesn't understand music. Got something in a completely different time signature, and it's fucking amazing. It feels like if you're on acid watching that movie, like you're like, wait, what's happening all of a sudden? Things just stop syncing up. But yeah, that line is a great one. It's the That's the same thing with the what is it? Part 6, the guy in the RV that gets stabbed in the side of the head.
Yeah.
And the RV flips and he's this is great.
Yeah.
This is great.
Oh yeah,
this is
great. Like 20
He
times.
says it like seriously. Yeah.
Yeah, he
20
just
times.
keeps saying it like he's like jerking off in the front seat, and, like losing his mind.
Little known fact: that guy is a cousin of John Travolta's.
Oh, that's amazing. He definitely looks like that.
He does.
He's got a Travolta look in his face.
Jason,
Yeah,
oh my God.
A little bit of Scientology. There you go. Yes. Sorry, do that again.
Oh my
God.
This is not great, man.
I was like, you think they all just go, all the Travoltas go through like a really flamboyant phase at that age? Because he's wearing like a feather earring at the beginning of the movie and shit.
Oh, that's another one. John Travolta in Pulp Fiction. He goes, "This is a really good fucking milkshake."
Oh yeah. It sounds like he's having a reaction to the dairy.
It sounds like a bunch of coke is running down the back of his nose into his throat.
Right. Requiem
Or
for a
heroin.
Dream is a great film to put on. White people are on acid. Wild people are on
Wild
acid.
people. Just white people. Just gather up your white friends and put
It's like
for a dream on fire.
it's like, whoa. Coming out the gate hot.
It's like my black friends always bail, so I only play it for my white friends.
That's actually
I'm not
probably
sure.
true, though.
I'm not sure if you've tried.
It might be.
I'm not sure if you've tried, but it's damn near impossible to get your black friends to do acid. So just get your
Or
white
watch
friends in a
Requiem for a
room
Dream.
and dose all of them. Those idiots will eat anything. Oh my god. I was watching that 1.5x and Rob looked very raptor-like in his movements. I think Pete. Oh, okay. He's talking to Randy. Jesus. And Randy said, I think Peter was being too nice to Rob tonight.
Oh, I see. That Rob.
Yeah, I was like, wait, I can't track this.
Yeah.
Whitey. Yeah, right. Where's my mind? Get all your white friends and dose them.
Yeah. Back to the music rights thing for a second. One of my favorite things is when things are released and the music had to be changed from the original. And one of those was my wife and I were watching the original 90210, like on Netflix or something like that, just kind of throwing it on in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a scene where like all the high school kids are partying with one of the kids' grandparents in Vegas. It's like spring break or Palm Springs. They're like spring break and they're all dancing and there's some like just super cheesy 90s generic song in the background. And we were even kind of laughing at like, God, this song is so cheesy and they don't even look like they're dancing along to it. And then everyone in the crowd stops dancing and just yells tequila out of nowhere and then starts dancing again to the weird music that doesn't line up with it. And we were like, oh, weird. When it originally aired, it had tequila playing. And then they just switched it out, but left. I mean, obviously, they're not going to change what the actors say, but that was a really funny instance of when music rights can play into the storytelling of your story, of your movie.
I noticed that too. I just started watching Supernatural on Netflix because like everybody talks about how great it was, and it's like the final season is this year. And the whole time I'm watching, like the music in this is so terrible. Like it's so cheesy, generic, and it felt like it just didn't fit. Like it didn't make sense. So I Googled it, and apparently it's the exact same thing. Like Netflix didn't want to pay for the rights to all the music. Because I guess like they have Metallica and AC/DC and shit.
I was gonna say they had a really good soundtrack, and with a lot of stuff like that, old MTV shows, a lot of stuff from the mid 2000s. It's all this weird like butt rock, like royalty free instrumental music now.
Yeah,
where
like
it sort of almost sounds like a Metallica song, but there's no one singing, and it's just changed enough. Like
like in the first episode, there's a point where he gets in the car with his brother and he's going through his cassettes, and it's like Motorhead, Metallica. He's like, geez, it's the 2000s. And he's like, shut up. And he puts the tape in the cassette deck, and it's the most generic, like nothing rock music comes on. Like, we are rockers.
Slides in Metallica, and it's a Creed song because Creed is super cheap to license now.
Well, that would have been something at least.
That would have been fucking hysterical.
What if?
It's the same Creed song every time music plays on the show. You know, after like 4 episodes, you kind of start to like the show and that song.
The soundtrack is just that song, but like however many episodes there are, it repeats that many times. If there's 12 episodes, the soundtrack just plays that song 12 times.
It's like even during sad scenes, like a character dies, and you hear "What if? What if?"
They spent all that money getting the Chappelle Show performances. Yeah, and that shit doesn't work on Netflix. It does not load for me. It's been like 4 days, and it still just does not fucking load.
What? Oh, the Chappelle Show? You can't watch it?
They added all of Chappelle Show to Netflix, and it just does not fucking load on Netflix. Like, I sent in a ticket for it and everything. I was like, wow, this is really fucking lame considering we watch like nothing on this fucking platform.
Didn't they also didn't they cut out a skit?
Probably. That's like that's like the one fucking thing I've ever sent into fucking Netflix suggestions and was like, please God, just fucking someone put this shit up. And
I have the DVDs, man.
I need to get them. I told Beth that. My old roommate stole mine. I had them years ago.
Oh, you should hunt him down.
You gotta go physical.
I would, if he hadn't OD'd.
You should hunt down his next of kin. I'm not being nice about this.
Right. I'm going to exhume you. You fucked me.
Where's his mother? She's like, I'm rich, biatch.
I come in, she's watching them. You son of a bitch. Oh man. Yeah, the good old days. In my reckless youth when I lived with smack addicts.
Good times.
That's also back when I had the Laserdisc.
Excellent times.
Yes.
Future times, Laserdisc.
Yes, physical media is a fucking must-have. And I'm slowly like building that back up, but we have such a tiny apartment. I'm like, I need to, keep at the comic thing, keep working for people. I better just start being like, yo, fucking contract me to write some shit for your comic, whoever the fuck you are, indie dudes, hit me up. Let me punch up your script and make your shit as cool as possible. Like, I am just looking for work. I get bored.
Hey, your writing sucks. You should hire me to make it better.
Yes. Feel like your writing sucks? Pay me to tell you it doesn't.
do like a commercial. His writing got you down. It shows the guy at the computer. It's all bang. It's like, oh, I just can't do it. It's like, call me.
To my mother, I leave all my Chappelle Show DVDs. They're not Spencer's. He's a liar. And also this Jaws Laserdisc. Yeah, that apartment was really bad. I think I'm one of of all the people who live there, there's 4 of us that
survived.
Yeah, legitimately. One of our buddies, New Year's Eve, got into a car accident and exploded.
What?
Yeah, we got the phone call from our buddy that they found 3 of his fingers and 1 of his hands wrapped around the steering wheel, and the rest of him was just in pieces all over a highway.
Whoa.
Yeah, he exploded. No clue how. The description I got was he had dynamite strapped to him while driving, but that wasn't the case. He was just fucking in a high speed impact. But yeah,
the dynamite thing would be pretty metal.
Yeah, I mean that would have explained what the fuck happened, but it was just
that'd be the smart way to go out, though, because then you guarantee your death quick.
Really gnarly accident. He was one of those dudes, too, that was just, fucking always reckless and wild. Sort of like the jackass dudes, but none of it was on camera. You were sort of
yeah.
When are we going to get the call about him?
That was my crew was like that when we were young. So dumb. Old me looking back, I'm like, you fucking idiots.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm it's insane. The amount of loaded unregistered guns that used to be coming through that apartment and stuff way back in the day was bonkers, and it had nothing to do with me.
That's just a good time.
I'd just be around it and just be like, oh yeah, rad. Yeah, so much dumb shit. But yeah, that was like
Colin
think
says you need to look up the worst budgie smuggler ever. What the hell's a budgie?
A budgie's a little bird.
How do you know that?
Was
a budgie is like I know. I actually know what budgie is thanks to what's that New Zealand band that had the show? Concords, Flight of the Concords.
Oh yeah.
The manager he even sings it. He's like, I had a budgie, but it died. And I was like, what's a budgie? And then they showed a bird, and you're like, hey, that's what a budgie is.
I thought you were gonna tell us you were like a bird watcher and like you're super into birds.
No, but I feel like if you're a budgie smuggler, I don't know. That sounds like you're not really doing stuff with birds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. He used the term smackies too for drug addict. I like that.
Smackies. We're getting some good Aussieisms today.
Get them smackies out of here.
I'm gonna assume that's what they call a Speedo, because all it does is pull up a dude in a Speedo.
All these damn rock spiders and smashies.
One of the only survivors of that place that had nothing to do with unregistered firearms. Sure. Yeah, all those guys died with guns on them.
Your mom's a budgie smuggler.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, this feels like bad territory I'm treading into. If Flight of the Conchords correlates with it in any way, and then it's just what looks like old Australian dude in a red Speedo. So thanks, Colin.
It's Colin himself.
Yeah, Colin's totally the has something in a cup, and he's like, "Hey, smell this."
That dude,
like, I don't think I want to.
Speedo was former boss of the nation. I love that title so much more. Boss of the nation. If I were ever elected president, that'd be my first my first law, man. Like, it's not president anymore, guys. It's boss of the nation. Obama should have done that.
You could just call me boss of the nation.
And yes, a name for a Speedo is a budgie smuggler. Yeah, I clicked immediately when I saw the suggested images, and I was like, you weren't fooling me, motherfucker. Also, Tony Abbott just sounds like a porn name.
Tony Abbott sounds like the Prime Minister.
That's basically what he is, from what Colin was saying. They call it boss of the nation over there because they're all fucking wild in Australia.
Get a beer for the boss of the nation.
Yeah. From what I hear, everybody's just partying constantly. It's just to different degrees.
He's got a suit jacket, but it still has football pads on top of it.
Like it's just like a wild ass country when they have like nicknames for going on smoke breaks and all sorts of crazy shit. Like, there's fucking slang for everything over there. Fucking budgie smugglers, dude. What's going on, Pedro?
Let's Google some Australian slang.
We've done that before, haven't we?
No, we just had him give us some fun words. We need to have some real cultural exploration here.
Real fucking ugly territory. Wrap your laughing gear around that.
It's time for some edutainment.
Okay, so I can't show you guys these because I don't want to give them away. I want you guys to guess.
Okay.
Fair go, mate. Fair suck of the sauce bottle. Fair crack of the whip.
I don't know.
I like fair suck of the sauce bottle. That sounds like a sexual innuendo. You don't know? Yeah, and if you can't guess, maybe we can just have Colin fill us in if he's heard them.
So is it a phrase or is it just the word?
They're like phrases.
Did you say 3 different phrases?
Yeah, they all seem to mean the same thing. They're all listed as one. 33 phrases to help you talk like an Aussie. Right, fair go, mate. Fair suck of the sauce bottle.
Fair go, mate.
It's like
fair crack of the whip.
Like, good job.
Yeah. Yeah, way to go.
Yeah.
That's what I figured too. Generally means that you want to be treated fairly. So yeah, you just want it's like a fair shake.
Okay.
Put me in the game, coach.
Fair suck of the sauce bottle is a fucking bonkers one for that. Though. I'd be like, what the fuck?
That guy that came up with that was molested.
Yeah, with a Heinz bottle. Like
he's coming stuck in his hose and good my ass.
No
if
worries.
You blow on the tip, it goes.
No worries, mate. She'll be all right, or she'll be right.
No worries, she'll be right.
No real point in worrying about anything. It will all turn out fine in the end.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a fucking okay. It's pretty obvious. Granted, this is CNN travel, but it was the top hit for Google. Have a Captain Cook.
Like a chill pill?
But I don't know. Or does because Captain Cook was an explorer. Does that have something to do with get out there? I don't know.
Killing indigenous peoples?
Yeah.
I guess
overtake the island.
I guess it's like to have a look.
Have a look. Okay.
He was the first Brit to map Eastern Australia. So when he came in past the Sydney Harbor, he had a Captain Cook and liked it. Which is these are all fucking again, like I'm like, yeah, see, Colin is like banging him out immediately.
Kevin Rudd does not sound like a very prime minister-y name.
What's the John Dory?
What's the John Dory? Like, what's the
That's
download?
Not a John Dory. This is John Dory.
Hi, I'm John Dory.
I'm the Prime Minister. My name doesn't sound like it.
So it's literally like a lot of these are like phrases we have, and then they throw in some crazy Australian shit that they're just like, so anyone around that's not from it's almost like Australia's a giant fucking gang and they don't want anybody to know what the fuck they're talking about because it's just like
it's like Yiddish.
It says what's the John Dory is like what's going on, what's the gossip.
Yeah, that was right.
So is that because John Dory was a gossip or something?
I don't know.
Some of these are complicated.
Some of these are a stretch.
John Dory rhymes with story, so what's the story behind it?
A few almost stubbies like short of a six-pack.
John Dory is a lie.
Which I feel like that one's pretty obvious.
Okay, Kevin's got a good question that I think it's basically for Colin. It's how would you say, quote, I've heard it both ways in Australian. And I think I know how they would say that. They would say it just like that, but with an Australian accent.
Or it'd just be like, goes both.
Swings in either.
Yeah, right. Swings in either, mate. What?
Sometimes it's up yours, sometimes you're up it.
Neither.
Oh, I do know one Australian phrase. Get on like a house on fire.
Oh, I've heard that before.
It's the weirdest phrase.
What is that supposed to mean?
I think it just means like you're getting along, like you're becoming friends and shit.
Yeah, you're gonna burn it down.
But it's like the weirdest. It's like, oh yeah, we're good people.
we're about to smoke a lot of pot together and then die. Dog's breakfast.
Dog's breakfast. Is that like hair of the dog, like a beer in the morning after a hangover?
Things are in shambles, I guess.
All right, sorry, I didn't even hear that one because I'm laughing at Simon and Seven always coming in with his wisdom. Saying,
how about better than a kick up the backside? Simon, what up?
Oh, getting on like a house on fire. Yeah.
So basically, Aussies all talk like Flanders. No disrespect. All the
high diddly
houses burn down fast.
Neighborino.
If it's tangy and brown, you're in cider town.
Oh yeah, I also keep forgetting that these are Australian like euphemisms. So it's like houses probably burn like insanely fast in Australia too. Same with over in California. I'm like, but I was like, I've watched houses burn for like 8 hours over in my area. Like, I'm thinking of like winter time and shit. It's like rains all the time here and snows and shit. It's like house will burn forever. Thinking about it way too literally. All over the place. Buckley's Chance.
Buckley's
Chance. Buckley's Chance. Go to Buckley's
Chance.
I
like that.
William F. Buckley.
Somehow bastards is a Australian phrase.
Oh, you guys can't take ownership over bastards.
Toads, banana benders, cockies, sand gropers, crow eaters.
Sand gropers? What the hell? That sounds really racist.
Yeah, it sounds wicked racist. I was iffy on saying it. But it's on CNN, so. Seriously. Oh, dude, the next one's no better. Ocker Yoba.
Oh, and that definitely is gonna be something bad.
Hey, we're gonna get flagged for that for sure.
Yeah, right. That's some. Watch it be like a racial slur for white people from like Aboriginal.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Watch you not knowing you're reading the list that's like, make sure you don't say these things.
Yeah. This is the word for honky in Aboriginal.
Spencer's on Stormfront right now reading
Yeah, let me just peel the sticker off this CNN travel. Oh no. What are all these iron
News
crosses?
Network. Oh, damn it.
Oh. And that's how Spencer got radicalized.
Because I'm a 14-year-old boy in my mom's basement.
Not far off.
Oi for drongos and galas? What the fuck? I probably butchered that.
I gotta say, if you're an American going over there and saying "oi for drongos and blah," you're an idiot. You're gonna get your ass.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say somebody's gonna smash a Foster's on your fat head. See, Smoko popped up number 6. I knew that one though from that fucking band. That makes me laugh every time I'm drunk. I'm like, I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette, and then I yell at my girlfriend that I'm on Smoko, and she hates it.
Smoko.
Have you guys seen it?
No.
Chats. Oh my god!
Colin's got a few things here.
I bet you.
I don't want to say it. It doesn't sound good.
I'm pretty sure. Pedro had to step in and let us know that hating on white people is still racism. Thank you, Pedro.
We can say it. Right. We're allowed.
Yeah, it's okay for me to say the word for honky in Aboriginal accidentally.
Honky is the funniest thing ever, though.
Colin's like, Gala's a bird, like, you idiot. It's not offensive to white people at all.
Gala.
Yabao.
No, like bow and arrow.
Yabo. That's what I said the first time.
Yabo.
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 Yabo, mate.
I just feel like I sound like a Wallace and Gromit character.
It's a wait, hold on. A soldier's female Korean lover or hired prostitute?
Mom?
Yes.
Bogans are actually very nice people. A yabo, on the other hand, can be from a socioeconomic class, usually the middle. Why do people give these long explanations like this?
So it was some evil shit. I was right.
So is a yabo basically like a redneck? Like white trash?
What up, Christopher John? This is that fucking song, and my girlfriend hates it because I'll just yell at her that I'm on Smoko and walk out of the room.
Tequila.
Yeah, I imagine these guys are probably just like slamming ass over in Australia. He eyed me off as I approached, and then he said, I'm on Smoko! So leave me alone, I'm on Smoko! So leave me alone, I'm on Smoko!
Hey guys, I'm gonna mute myself because I'm on Smoko.
Okay.
So leave me alone?
Yeah. Dude, I didn't know you could look that tough eating a sandwich.
Leave me alone, I'm on with that penis cap mullet. You want the song by Tism, what are ya?
Give me the dickhead.
But I don't know how to play drums. Just come sit there and throw the sticks at it. We're just making a quick video, man. You don't actually have to play.
Oh, I feel like these guys are huge over there.
Cheno, $0.
Yeah, dude, this shit has 11 million, almost 12 million views.
This is from 3 years ago?
Yeah. The chats are slaying Minge, bro. What did Colin say? It's Tism?
TISM?
What are ya?
I thought he was going to ask for like NXS or something.
Yeah, that's another band.
That's like the Australian band.
Oh, God.
It stands for This Is Serious Mum. That's right.
Let's go for it. March out.
Yeah, these guys are nuts.
So who is your
Rasmus, what are they saying?
Double. You ever seen a live performance? Join the wanker club. Take it forward, walk forward. You thought I meant tabletop dancing. Well, you're a elbow bug. Bingo.
What the fuck?
This is awesome.
I see they visited the Etsy store as well.
What are ya? You're a wanker.
I love the Gimpsercisers.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? They're just like hanging out.
I like that Stone Cold beer grab.
Yeah, that was good. They were sweating that the whole time. That was one take. You know, they were just like, don't drop the beer, man.
Just walks up and lights a cigarette. These guys are school teachers. Australia kicks ass.
Yeah, we need to go do a con there. Never mind doing a con. We just need to go.
Yeah, dude, that's when we know the imprint's blown up, when we can do the trip to Australia.
Again, Death Curse Australian tour.
Yeah, where I go and die.
Smokos for everyone.
Right? Oh my god, the On Smoko tour.
Smoko if you got him.
Holy shit. Yeah, I don't want to show too much of this.
After
We'll
took a
already
Smoko and
struck,
burned down
but-
half the country.
Holy shit. Yeah, right? Oh my god, dude, that is amazing. I can't believe I've never heard of those guys either.
One of my favorite bands of all time, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, Australian.
Yes, sir. Good
Bunch of
band.
Kissy boys. Not really, I'm just fucking around.
Come to Melbourne and we
Wow,
will
it's
hang
just
out.
like, man, Spencer's just getting mean.
He's always mean.
Come to Melbourne and we will hang out. Yeah, that'd be fucking wild.
Melbourne.
Do a
Go to Melbourne with Swinburne. Swinburne. How do you say? Golden Swinburne. I don't have the Australian accent.
I was gonna say
Probably
you make
sounds
them sound
cool.
so fancy.
I feel like Americans and Australians
Swinburne.
are way more similar than Americans
One of those
and
Pith helmets
Brit-
and hunting
Ice Pen as well.
fancy animals. The
right,
name's
someone
Colin
needs-
Swinburne.
Go ahead, Jeff. Say what you said again.
No, I was just saying that I think Americans and Australians are more similar than Americans and Brits or Australians and Brits. I think like the two of us are on like similar wavelengths.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
just have the British voice and the American kick-assery.
It's like
Well, 'cause we were all leaving them.
with the remember Homer when he goes to England and he's like, we're not like Canada, who's never had a girlfriend, just saying.
They also recognize that the UK is mad lame.
Swinburne.
Swinburne.
First of his name.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We go to the one country where like almost everything can kill you, and just I bet you there's some rip roaring cons out there when the world isn't in apocalypse mode.
I'll be used to that though. That's just Florida.
See, this is what happens when everybody
just
puts
a
all their
country of
social
Florida.
medias in dark mode. Coronavirus.
Do Australians dislike New Zealanders, the Kiwis?
Yeah, they're constantly shooting surface to air missiles at them.
Yeah, New Zealand's dictator is like, he's crazy.
Yeah. They're not within range, so they're
But,
just
like,
always landing in the ocean. The ocean is full of Kiwi missiles.
Are the Kiwis, which are just like Maoris, they're like Samoan dudes?
They have like clubs glued to the sides of them and stuff.
It's just sheep they keep launching on catapults.
Purely aesthetic, but
are the Kiwis like the Canadians?
They're angry, man.
They're actually, their major weapon is tax relief for Hollywood.
Yeah. So the missiles are American.
Actually, that's their major defense is their tax relief.
Their economy is just Lord of the Rings fans.
Yeah,
and they take the piss out of us. We can't stand Costa Ricans or Colombians. Nobody likes their neighbors. Oh, that's amazing. It's like, fuck you guys for being next door.
No, aliens watching us, they're like, oh, these idiots. They don't realize it's not racism or this or that. It's like, you're just bred to hate your neighbor.
Yeah, why the fuck aren't you over here?
I always thought, what was that fucking movie that Simon Pegg did? The last of like the Cornetto trilogy.
I think it's the end.
Yeah, I always like the end of it where like they're talking to the aliens. They're like, because we don't want to do what you tell us to do. You know, like that's just who we are as humans. We don't like being told what to do.
Yeah, realizing that that can help you out quite a bit in life.
Oh, speaking of Simon Pegg, let's watch Truth Seekers.
Keith just commented on the Bloodshot thing that I posted on Twitter and was like, really? The first movie was boring as hell.
We need to get Keith on here.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We need to get a bunch of people.
And Johnny.
I'm just an unfocused idiot. I want to get through the campaign properly and get it out to people.
But have either of you guys watched Truth Seekers yet on Amazon Prime?
No,
I was gonna say I've been seeing a bunch of that. If fucking Chappelle Show still isn't working, I might just start that tonight.
It's really good.
Amazon, might be conquering the world, but it also might just be, happening because Amazon fucking functions properly. Weird. I'm not pumped for Amazon.
Come on, dude.
I'm not pumped for every Amazon owning everything, but at least their shit fucking works. Like, I was so excited for Chappelle Show, and 4 days in a row can't watch it.
End
of the
Jeff
world.
was so concerned for you.
You're right.
This whiner.
Yeah.
I can join now? I don't know why this is fragging my brain. Me. No.
What does that mean in Australian?
Yeah. What is this more racial slurs?
Yeah. What does get me on mean in English?
Yeah. Jeff was just like, fuck yeah, dude, hop in here. And I was like trying to catch up with what was going on. If you want to, dude, I don't give a shit. I don't know how to get you in here. Are you on Twitter or something?
Is getting on, if get me on, is that like jacking on? You're just switching the on and the off.
I don't even know how much longer I'm going to be going tonight.
I got 20 more minutes.
Okay, cool. Then
that's good time.
That's plenty of time. I need to run and piss though and grab another drink if that's the case, because that's plenty of time for another drink as well. So you boys chat amongst yourselves, I guess. Oh, I meant to mention it too. I was going to show it off at the beginning of the stream tonight. Half of my Etherington Bros books came in today. the girlfriend got them for me for my birthday back in June. I'm assuming the other half are probably coming in later this week. But I got the Art of Stransky one and the 3 sketchbook volumes today, and then all the tutorial ones that I was excited to read through are in the other package, so I didn't get those yet. But
I also got some cool stuff in the mail. I got Voidwalker issue 3.
Fuck yeah!
And I got Can't Kill Cade issue 1.
Nice.
You didn't get Voidwalker 4?
No, I haven't gotten that yet because I ordered these back like 2 months ago, and they just came in.
That's hilarious.
Yep.
I actually got a bunch of texts today from a bunch of friends and stuff, like old roommates and shit like that were like, I got more comics today. Because they all, like, aren't really big on comics or anything, but get all of my shit and then forget that they bought it, and then it comes in, like, whenever. And every time I just get a text and a picture like, holy shit, dude, I got it. Because they're not on Twitter and stuff. They have, like, kids and shit like that. I found out my little nephew absolutely fucking loves Voidwalker. I gave them, like, extra copies of it, and they just went in and, like, Sharpied out, or I think she said they whited out them so it wouldn't go through the paper.
Like all the
the bad words.
For kids.
Yeah, just all the bad words, because I think he's only like 4 now, but he's reading like way ahead of himself, and they were like, yeah, we didn't want him piecing them together because he's really good at sounding out words already, and the book's pretty foul. But they're like, he absolutely fucking loves it, like it's like his favorite thing, and he walks around the house all day pretending his arm is a sword, and I was like, I fucking love that.
That's awesome.
It's amazing. What a nice girlfriend. Yes, Colin, my girlfriend is amazing. It's like almost fucking 10 years together, and she still puts up with my bullshit, and got me all of the Etherington Bros books, which is fucking bonkers, because like I missed out like year after year on like all of their campaigns, and they were like, all right, we're doing a reprint for all of it, and this is the last chance you can get the Stransky book, which is like an idea I wanted to do back when I was like, I don't have the time or the focus to do a comic on my own anymore. I'm just going to do like a weird art book. And then they announced this book, and I was like, God damn it. Like, it's even better than how I imagined it, but it's basically like a production Bible for a fake movie.
Oh, that's cool.
It's called The Art of Stransky, and it comes with 3D glasses because there's like some 3D art pieces in it. But the whole idea is it's just like this like movie that never got made, or this movie that you never heard of. And this was like all the set design and different shit, like vehicle designs and character costuming and stuff like that. It's just all these different spot illustrations put together into this really nice hardcover art book. I just thought that was like a cool concept. If you're not going to do like a narrative book, it's like a really cool little coffee table book. But yeah, I will be back in a minute.
Bye.
You guys do your thing.
Yeah, the Etherington brothers are one of the few people that, like, when I hear somebody's doing like a how-to thing, normally I'm like, why are you doing a how-to book? There's already so many good ones out there. There's already great stuff, but their stuff is always like, oh man, they really get to the point. Like they're clever, they're smart, the way they teach, how they show, the step-by-steps they do, their overall presentation, like everything about their stuff is smart, sharp. Yeah, I highly recommend it to everyone out there.
And they also get into like minor details that a lot of books don't, you know, like even just like silly things like, you know, this is how you draw a cool tire, you know?
Yeah, because that's something I'm always stressing to younger creators and students and stuff is you gotta practice drawing stuff you don't want to draw, whether it's a cow on a field, and you're like, why would I want to draw a cow on a field? And you're like, because your super spy soldier crashes on a farm, and that cow has to be drawn as well as your super spy soldier. So
yeah, I watched the drawing everything.
Oh, did I say that same one yesterday?
Yeah.
I have like 3 examples I give for that, so I never remember which one.
You have really great streams though. Like you have a lot of really good information.
I just try to relay all the stuff that I went around asking. You know, like you study what you can from books. I mean, at least I don't know. Nowadays, everything's online, so you can find so many answers. Like there's so many times people ask me stuff like in the last 5 years, say, and I'm just like, just Google that. What are you bugging me for?
I don't know if you answered it on your show. I commented on not the last one, but maybe the second to last one, where I always see you doing upstrokes. Is that something that like can you talk about why you always do upstrokes instead of downstrokes?
It originally, so I do downstrokes as well, and you'll find when I use a marker, like on the Fragtober episodes, probably almost all downstrokes because I was using brush markers.
Okay.
But the reason for that, okay, one more thing I'll say is I started off mostly downstroke, like pulling in towards the body, which is what Jeff's talking about for anyone listening. And pulling away is obviously pushing the line from you away from you. So started off when I was working with Danny Mickey, and I wanted to mimic everything he did on the page because he wanted to look like his work. So it was all that just pulling in, and that was sort of how I learned calligraphy and kind of how I drew with my pencil and stuff. And then the first time I went and saw Joe Weems ink, he was holding his nib backwards and whipping the lines out away from himself. And I had seen a couple people do that with brush before. I'd seen Carl Story ink at a convention, but he used to brush both directions. And I was like, oh, that's a brush move. Okay, that's fine. I don't do that much brush, so that was fine back then. And then when I started working with Weems, you started seeing how much more control you have. There's something about the length of line you can throw, because Joe likes to throw big long lines. I mean, when he was inking guys like Mark Silvestri, there's going to be big shots of superheroes with those long lines on the thighs and hips and things like that, and capes and large heads with big flowing hair, and you want this certain look. And with Joe, he could throw a 5 or 6 inch clean line by going away from himself, and your arm, you have that much more space. You basically have all of the space in front of you from like a 45-degree angle with your say yours. I think you're a lefty, right?
No, I'm a righty.
Oh, okay. So with your right arm, if you just lay it on the desk in front of you out straight, and then bring your left arm towards your right arm towards your right hand towards your left elbow, you've got like basically 45 degrees there that you can swing back and forth. And when you've got your wrist locked a little bit, you just have firmer control. This is all for clean line too. Like if you're someone that's into like really rough organic stuff, like kind of go every direction, whichever way you want. But for me, I wanted to gain ultimate control over the line. I like happy accidents. I often work that way. And if those watching my channel regularly know that like I do end up doing quite a bit of dry brush. My work is very clean, but you'll notice if you look around that I let the brush kind of do whatever it's going to do. I just try to have my physical stroke of my hand and arm be fluid. So yeah, it was mostly I found more control moving away. I found that I had more distance I could cover moving away. And then again, it was when you work in somebody's studio, you kind of want to mimic, their artwork and their style. Yeah. And Joe was he was a tough dude, and he was tough to please. So there was a lot of like trying to win him over, like a lot of challenge in that. So it was like, all right, I'm going to copy his brush strokes and his pen strokes, and I'm going to figure this out. And I'm still not as good as him. No one's going to be as good as Joe, but I did work up to the point where we were splitting pages, and no one except for a couple of people could tell the difference, could tell where I was inking and where he was inking. It's pretty obvious to me. There's places, and it's also obvious to me because I can look at it and see that I struggled on a group of lines to make it look like him, and he very easily just threw those lines, you know?
Right,
Like,
right.
so it's like, yeah, my work matched his, but mine, I had to push so much harder to try to make it look as good as his because he's just so good.
When I do speed lines, traditional inking, I always do upstrokes with them because you're saying like I noticed like whenever I was trying to do speed lines down, I think it's just the natural anatomy of your wrist. You basically curve more as you pull down, and so it would always fuck up the end of it. But if I did up, it's like your hand can naturally stop, in line with your forearm.
Exactly.
So yeah, I do that. But then when I use a brush pen, like the Pentel color brush, Pentel pocket brush pen, I can only do these 2 strokes that actually look good to me with that pen, and that's basically a V stroke. Well, like I can do one side of a V, like from top to bottom, or I can do the other side of the V, top to bottom, right and left. But if I try and do any other kind of stroke with it, they look terrible. So whenever I use the brush pen, I just do one of those 2 strokes depending on what I'm drawing or what side of the page I'm on and stuff. But it's weird because like certain tools, you do kind of find that like certain movements just don't work or work better or whatever, or certain techniques,
Oh yeah, because I can get a similar line. Like I can take my sable hair brush and make a diamond shaped line, a couple inches long. I can do a very similar looking line with a brush marker, but the technique for throwing it is different. Where I apply pressure is different. Where I whip it off to taper it at the end is a little bit different. Same with digital. When I'm working with digital pens, I got them pretty close, but there's things you have to do a little different to create the exact same line as you would with another pen or brush. And I like that. I find that as an interesting challenge as an artist. Like I can still pull out any tool. It's still going to look like my work. There might be a little bit of change because of the tool, but I've figured out how to, manipulate any tool if possible or if needed.
Right.
So Spencer's back.
Yes.
Oh man.
This Art of Stransky book is like a furry wet dream. It's just tons of.
Isn't every furry dream a wet dream?
Animal humanoids. And like Bruce Timm style babes. This book is full of kick-ass art.
Have you seen the furry documentary on Amazon Prime?
No, I have not.
You need to.
No.
Yeah, you do.
No. I don't want to. I stayed in a hotel where there was a furry
I bet you
party going on.
Oh, I bet
you.
It was super weird.
Right?
Yeah, we pulled up and there was like a guy, a biker. We're like, whoa, there's a biker at this hotel, whatever. And then the biker was like chasing a wolf down the hallway at this hotel outside. We're like, wait, what's going on here? And then the people at the desk, the clerks were like, so we just want to warn you that there is a group event going on. And my wife's like, the furries? She's like, yeah, sort of. Like they didn't want to, like they couldn't say anything.
In the documentary, it's funny because like there's this one guy who's basically like their press leader, and he kind of teaches them how to talk to the press so they don't look like freaks. And like he tells them all, you see in the interviews and they go, it's not about sex, it's just about a lifestyle, blah blah blah. And then behind the scenes when he's talking to them, he's like, whenever you meet the press, you tell them it's not about sex. We all know it's about sex, but you don't tell them that.
Dude, they have like fake packaging and advertising and stuff for
furries,
like licensed crossovers with the Stransky movie, like Canada Dry, Stransky Canada Dry and shit like that. Stransky decoder rings. Just really cool, weird shit. And then it's just a bunch of art. There's all this cool ass packaging, like a Stransky ukulele. And they did like this old, like, it's like 60s era, like toy packaging and stuff, but it's actual like photos of like old boxes that they then like Photoshop to have like all the Stransky branding on it and stuff. It's fucking crazy.
Sounds pretty sweet, bro.
And then yeah, the whole back, there's like a 20-page 3D section in the back that you have to put the goggles on for. Very cool. And then the sketchbooks are like, it's 3 volumes, and each one is like 200 fucking pages. Like they look like they're impossible to read without destroying the spine. So that's going to be interesting.
That's cool.
You have to be Bane to the book. You have to break its spine.
Yeah, I will break the spine.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with those. Luckily the tutorial books are like hardcovers, so and they're not as many pages, so it won't be as bad. But she got me the whole fucking set, so it's the one they just did on writing, and then the 3 on drawing that they did. How to Think While You Draw and How to Think While You Write, I think is what they're called.
Is that how they became famous, just doing these books, or did they do something else?
They were doing them as free tutorials on social media first.
Yeah.
That's how they started and built their following, was just doing these free tutorials as the brothers. And now they're in like the new phase of it where they're bringing in other artists to do tutorials as well, and expanding on it. But they started with just the free tutorials on social media and then did the book. But I believe they like obviously intended to do a book eventually. But they did, I think it was the first sketchbook, and then they did the first tutorial book, and they both took off, and then they just kept doing them. And then they did the Stransky one, I think like a year or 2 ago. And I like was always busy doing something and not really paying attention to Kickstarter, and just kept missing them. And Kickstarter doesn't really do like the in-demand thing like Indiegogo. So
okay.
Boo.
Finally they had a reprint one like last May into June. And my birthday's in the middle of June, and Beth had like heard me talking about them over the years and saw it and fucking got me the whole lot of them. She's just like one day like, you never got any of these books, right? I was like, nope, I miss out on them like every time they come around because I'm an idiot. And
she's looking at your art. She's like, so you never got those books, huh?
Yeah, your shit looks whack. Like, what's going on? You didn't get those books, did you?
That was a good burn.
Right. No, she's a crazy person. She's always like, why aren't you drawing more? You're so good. And I'm like, you're crazy. We need to bring you to your eye doctor.
Oh God, she's gone blind.
Yeah, she's so wildly supportive, and I'm so negative at all times. It's great. We work well together.
Well, I am going to leave on my burn of Spencer. I'm going to go cook up some late night dinner for me and the wife, and we're going to watch a movie. I don't know what yet. But
hell yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
So I will report back to you on both, fellas.
Furry documentary.
The sound of money and fapping. Yeah, dude.
And,
drive your wife absolutely nuts tonight.
I will. And we'll meet up tomorrow on Geronimo Draws, and then back here.
Yes, indeed.
Awesome.
Do we know what the prompt is for tomorrow?
No, Rob never tells us. He's not cool like that. Oh. He's a sneaky man. He makes us all...
he's a yabo.
Wait on it. Whoa, man. I like it. Oh, dude, Wake and Fright. That movie is awesome, and that's excellent. Australia.
You can go, Ryan.
All right, I'll take note of that, and I'll be.
Ryan,
I'm out of here.
If you have Shudder, I think that's actually on Shudder still, and that is actually a kick-ass movie. Like, all jokes aside,
I'll check it out.
Wake and Fright that Colin suggested. But yeah, have a good night, man.
Awesome. Back Hammerella and WIREHEAD. See you guys later.
Yeah. Dude. Jeff, have you seen that movie before?
Wake and Fright? I don't know. What's it about?
It's got fucking Pleasance in it.
Donald Pleasance?
Yeah, I actually just watched it recently too, and now I'm like fucking in a fog about it. It's a really fucking weird movie, but this guy like shows up to work in a weird fucking like Australian town, and shit is like, I don't want to ruin it for you, but shit is just like super strange and everybody there is weird. There's this really good gambling scene that like the gambling scene's so weird I didn't know if it was something that was made up for the movie or if this is like a thing they do over in fucking Australia. Is the most mean-spirited film I have ever seen. Yeah, it's such a weird, like, I don't know how to even describe it. Yeah, he moves to like, it's like I don't think you ever see him work in the movie either, but I think it's supposed to be almost like a mining community or something. It looks like you move out there to pound sand for a living.
Okay.
Like, no joke, like there's just fucking nothing out there, and it seems to be a town just full of like dudes.
Is this Cooper Petey?
Yeah, right. Dude, it's so strange. Let me see.
Right. I don't think I've seen this. No, I definitely haven't seen this.
Yeah, like I had never seen it either, and it was on Shudder, and I was like, fuck it, let me check this out. And it's just such a strange fucking movie, dude. I actually like the look of this fucking actor a lot. Like, I was like, damn, why wasn't this guy in like tons of shit? And I don't know if he's like big over in Australia or what, but I was like, he's like good in this too, and kind of like
Australian Robert Redford.
Yeah, that's the gambling scene, that fucking weird game they're playing.
He moves to a town called Bundinyaba. Oh, fighting kangaroos? He kind of has a Peter O'Toole kind of vibe to him. They're playing 2-Up. Colin says, not me. I'm like an expert all of a sudden.
Right. I need to rewatch. I'm like, did I like pass out at the end of it or something? What the? I'm like,
oh, there he is.
A vanity spawned by fear.
Wait, was he Australian, really?
Pleasance kicks ass in it. I don't know if he was Australian. I'm pretty sure he's like British, and he's another one of those like stage actors. They're playing 2-Up. It looks like a fucking wild ass time, dude. Like that part of it early on, he goes to this place and they're like, it's like the equivalent of a diner over here, but I'm pretty sure it had some fucking wacky ass Australian name for it.
Does esteemed Australian actor Yahoo Serious star in it?
Bundinyaba. Yeah, so Bundinyaba's the town, which had me dying laughing. But there's like weird signage and names for everything all over the place. It's very Australian, and you know, like immediately, like where you are and what's going on, sort of thing. But it's got this like strange, almost dystopian feel early on.
Mm-hmm.
everything is just like it's like grimy and uncomfortable, but it's like that on the uncomfortable spectrum of like what like Stepford Wives was,
Right.
where like you don't exactly feel like you're in any like active danger, but something doesn't feel right. Like
Kind of like Straw Dogs too.
almost immediately. Yeah, there's like just like an overall feeling of unease and tension no matter what's going on.
Right.
And it's like the sound design and everything. And I just remember the like first half of that movie just like feeling like I was like constantly like swallowing like a lump in my throat. Like
I like that Colin's teaching us about Two Up.
Yeah.
Right about the movie, and he's like,
Fucking-
okay, guys, here's how you play
I'm
Two Up.
genuinely interested. A designated spinner throwing 2 coins or pennies into the air. Players bet on whether the coins will fall with both heads. Observable up, both tails, reverse up. Or with 1 coin a head and 1 coin a tail. Known? Ewan? What? Yeah, you get that vibe in some bush towns. That was all over the place. But yeah, so you're going for 2 heads, 2 tails, or 1 of each. And you're calling it, but everybody's doing their own little side bets. And like every time I see that in movies and stuff, like I'm just like, I don't know how the fuck anybody keeps track of all this shit. Like this is absolutely madness to me. But there's like 100 sweaty old Australian dudes, and then this one dude who is like starkly handsome by comparison to everyone else in town. And the gambling seems to be like the big turn for him. He meets with Donald Pleasant's character, and they talk, and he has like a steak and a beer at this weird diner place, and then he goes and gambles, and that's like the turning point of where he seems like really hooked with like this weird fucking place that he's wound up in working. And you're like, oh shit, like he's into the madness now too. And you're like, where the fuck is this gonna go? And it just unravels more and more. I'm trying to think of something else like it.
So is it one of those movies too that will like stick with you for a while after watching it?
Yeah, like it's like Falling Down sort of got a similar vibe where you're just like on this fucking wild journey with this dude. From what I remember, it almost feels like it's just like one consecutive day too, but I think it's just like a couple of days.
That's deal.
Yeah, gambling and booze and gets fucked up after going roo shooting. Oh, he's working as a teacher. Yeah, the movie is like really like I guess I was just so fucking confused the whole time and out of it. I'm also not Australian, so like 90% of the time I was like, yeah, right.
You've been lying to me this whole time?
90% of the time I was just trying to parse like what the fuck was going on exactly. But there's just like an overall uncomfortable feeling throughout that movie. I kind of want to rewatch it now too, but that's like one where I know like Beth will not watch something like that with me. She'll just be like, this makes me uncomfortable, and she'll just get up and walk out of the room. Yeah, I'm trying to think of other stuff that's even like that. Because that was one of those ones where it just popped up on Shudder, and I was like, oh, weird. I've never even heard of this. And I looked it up, and it was all that like 40th anniversary shit that was like a long lost film from the Outback that was like super big when it came out. I guess it like really fucking shocked people. And now I'm like, I don't really remember anything super shocking about it, which is why I'm like, I need to go back and watch it again.
It looks cool. I definitely want to watch it.
It's a fucking great movie, and it's like cinematically, like, or cinematography wise, like fucking beautiful. Like,
is the director known for anything else, or is that like the one big film?
I don't even remember. But for like how ugly everything is, it's all shot very like beautifully.
Right.
The movie is like very competently done, and there's like some sort of like you sort of saw glimpses of it in the trailer with that weird like reverse shot of the coins sliding up into Pleasance's eyes. And those are the coins they're like gambling with in that game. Like he was saying, the 2 coins they use in the fucking 2-up, they're like painted black on one side and then black with like a white X on the other side. And that's what's sliding up onto Pleasance's eyes. It's the 2X sides. There's like there's some like weird shit like that. Sort of feels surreal. Ted Kotcheff, probably butchering that.
Teed. It's pronounced Teed.
Right? Yeah, I'm like, after a bad gambling bet, a school teacher is marooned in a town full of crazy, drunk, violent men who threaten to make him just as crazy, drunk, and violent. Yeah, it's fucking weird, man. Let's see, what else did Ted direct?
What else did old Ted direct?
Oh, fuck.
He directed Batman?
No.
Star Wars?
No, but he did direct First Blood.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's awesome.
He directed the 1968 TV movie of Mice and Men. That was right before Wake and Fright.
Wait, the one with what's his fucking name? Fuck, not forgetting his name.
George Segal, Nicole Williamson.
Okay, no, I was thinking. Fuck, what the fuck is this stupid name?
Don Gordon.
Barbarella is his daughter. She can't remember her fucking name either. Hanoi Jane Fonda, Peter Fonda.
Oh yeah, no, that might be like an Australian one or something.
Oh wait,
no.
Maybe he wasn't in that. I mean, I'm thinking. Maybe I'm confusing that with Grapes of Wrath. My bad.
He evidently did a TV movie called Cry Rape in '99.
Wait, he also directed Weekend at Bernie's for real?
Yeah, what the fuck? I was just about to say. Yeah, Weekend at Bernie's and First Blood are like the 2 big ones.
That's a movie nobody ever talks about anymore.
He also did the original Fun with Dick and Jane.
Oh, okay. Dude had range.
Yeah, and they're not just like little movies. And that one is with Jane Fonda and George Segal.
Ugh.
So how's that for fucking a 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon moment? George Segal was in that of Mice and Men one.
Which one's George Segal? I'm just thinking of like Steven Seagal, but with a wig.
No, you know this guy. Trying to think of who you would know him as. I always wondered, he was in I think he's the grandfather in the Goldbergs TV show.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know that actor.
I'm trying to think of like what he was in back in the day. He's like another character actor though.
Yeah.
Is he like Katie Seagal's father or something?
Oh, no idea. That's Peggy Bundy, right?
Yeah. Do they spell it the same way?
I don't know.
Oh no. She's 2 A's. I never even realized that. She's Sagal? How did I never realize that? Losing my touch. Yeah.
Oh no, now she's gonna die.
Fucking nuts. Oh no. She's fantastic. I had like a huge thing for her when I was a little kid.
Oh yeah, she was fucking hot.
Fucking Married with Children, man.
Yeah. Her and Kelly were fucking hot. Marcy Darcy wasn't, but I loved her. She was always fun.
I never really traced that back, but that's probably where I get my fucking strange love of big hair.
So oddly specific.
Yeah. Oh, bitch, you got 80s hair? Here's my phone.
Marry me?
Just gonna fire it at you. Yeah, if Beth came home with big ass hair, I'd be like, hell yeah.
It's on.
I'm a simple idiot.
You just have like a collection of wigs next to your bed for each night.
Yeah,
Try this one on tonight, baby.
Teased out to an abusive level.
Put on this beehive.
Yeah, dude, if I ever met her, I'd be like, sign a Peg Bundy headshot for me.
Yeah, you're not as hot without your hair.
Yeah, you really brought it down in the hair department. Oh, dude. Here we go. Just give me a signed one of those.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. And she always wanted it too. She was always the one that was trying to have sex. And remember, he was always turning her down.
There you go. That's literally headshots she used to sign.
Nice.
From that same photo shoot.
Nice.
Right?
But there was that one episode where Al was like banging her like 5 times in a day. You know, she finally got what she wanted, but then she hated at the end because he was just running her all over the place.
It still wasn't enough. Look at that hair, dude. It's insane. It's like, is there a
I'm
brain?
not looking at the hair.
There's a giant exposed brain underneath there. Because that's what all men want in a woman, an exposed brain under their big hair.
And she married the dude from, the guy that created Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, fucking Kurt Sutter.
Yeah.
I meant to look up on the Wake and Fright page.
I always preferred Married with Children over Roseanne any day.
Oh, hell yeah. Is it Gary Bond that played the main character? Is that his name?
In the movie?
Wake and Fright?
I don't know.
Harry Bond.
He certainly wasn't no Al Bundy, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, so Gary Bond is that weird blonde dude who played the main character. He's so like, I'm like, how was he not like Apollo in like a Greek gods movie back in that era? Like, he looks so weird. He's like strangely tan, but then has like gold hair. And the dude looks like out of it the entire movie. Like, yeah, I don't remember him in like anything else. Gary Bond. IMDb. He looks like a completely different person on all the pictures that are popping up online.
Colin knows his whole story. He died in 1995.
Zulu?
Oh, Zulu's great. That's a great movie.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Really? Michael Caine?
He plays Private Cole in Zulu.
Yeah, it's the Brits. They're under attack by the Zulu tribe.
He was in Moonstrike, Camera 3, Story Parade, Red Cap, The Wednesday Play, Z Cars, Theater 625, No Hiding Place, Love Story, Riviera Police.
Oh, Love Story, the
Theater, the TV series, I guess.
The one where like, love means never having to say you're sorry. Stupidest line ever.
Excellent. Still used to this day.
All love is saying
He was on the Avengers TV series in 1969 as Proctor. Wake and Fright. He was Joseph in Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat TV movie in 1972.
Ooh.
Affairs of the Heart TV series. Bunch of TV series. Hammer's House of Horror. He was Terrence Morton.
Oh, I had that saved in my Prime account.
Yeah, I might have to check that out. Because he was great in fucking Wake and Fright. He died in 95.
Same year as Demolition Man.
Yeah, he was mostly in just a fuckload of TV series.
I thought Wesley Snipes' hair got blonde. They sucked it out of fuck. What's his name? John Grant. Joke. It's still funny to me.
Damn, he's only 55 years old. Fuck did he die of?
Oh, that's sad.
Oh, Jesus.
Just dead pics of him.
Can you guess what he died of?
Anal fissure.
Nope, AIDS.
Oh shit! I was actually close. I knew it had something to do with the butt.
What the fuck?
Well, that's sad.
Was he part of like the AIDS wave? Like, is he gay?
Probably.
Was he just a guy who got AIDS? Not that, like, you know, you have to be gay to get AIDS. It's a horrible thing to be putting out, but like the time kind of lines up. If he died in 95 and he had it like from the 80s or whatever, when it was, you know, just like fucking killing everybody.
Yeah, like Rock Hudson came out in the late 80s with it and died.
Shit, dude.
Freddie Mercury was in the 90s too. That was the period when all the famous celebrities were coming out with AIDS and dying.
Yeah, everybody's fucking everybody, I guess.
Yeah, Club 54. Or Studio 54. Unless you're Magic Johnson. He's the one man who could beat it.
Yeah, I guess he just didn't get super famous basically because he was like another theater actor from the UK. He notably worked on a bunch of Andrew Lloyd Webber stuff, I guess.
I guess he kind of got blacklisted for being gay.
Revival. He evidently was known for being super fucking handsome, but at that point in his career, it wasn't like uncommon to be super fucking handsome anymore. So there was tons of those guys.
That's what happened to Rupert Everett. You know, he was like the fucking guy for a while, and then it came out he was gay and destroyed his career.
That's bonkers.
And that was in the 90s. You know,
so wait, was Gary Bond gay?
I'm gonna say yes.
I mean, I feel like having AIDS will kill your career. You can't really be like a romantic lead in a movie anymore.
It'll kill a lot of things.
Yeah, your white blood cells. Millions of them. Fucking. I just mean like nobody's fucking agent is gonna be like, yeah, let my fucking talent make out with your AIDS talent.
Oh yeah, at that point in time, like nobody knew what AIDS was and how you could get it. And it was like,
that's what I mean. Like
you were a leper.
It's like, no, you're done for. Like,
yeah.
It's like, bro, we can't even have you on set. Everybody will get AIDS. Like,
yeah, right.
How it works, guys. Bond's first success was as a singer and dancer on the musical review On the Level in Seville Theatre in London by Beatles manager Brian Epstein.
I hope he's not related to Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, right. I instantly thought the same thing. It wasn't until 1972 where he enjoyed a huge and
Epstein
in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. This highly original early musical by Tim Rice and Andrew Lloyd Webber opened to great acclaim on the Edinburgh Fringe.
I'm not a fan of musicals. Are you?
Hit or miss. Beth loves them, so I've definitely seen a ton of them. I can enjoy some, but a lot of them are just fucking up their own ass.
I like the ones like, you know, when you're a kid, like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, but
Fucking
stuff
mad.
like Cats and Joseph in his Technicolor Dreamcoat and all that shit, I cannot get into. Even like the Pinball Wizard, you know, like the Who's take on it, don't like it. Controversial opinions from Jeff.
Did they just not mention anything here? Yeah, he won an important role in the film Zulu, playing opposite Michael Caine and Stanley Baker for BBC television. He was Pip in Great Expectations and The Young Suitor.
Oh, I hate Charles Dickens.
He was themed in a role for a young Indian Army colonel in the military adventure series Frontier. Yeah, he ended up focusing a lot more on theater, I guess.
Yeah, he was openly gay. Oh, he was openly gay from 1969 to 1976.
Good for him.
Biography of
Wait.
Ian McKellen.
What do you mean? What was the time range on that?
1969 to 1976.
Oh, yeah, no, that was when he was with partner. It's just they're jammed together on Google. I was like, what do you mean he was openly gay?
His
For a stretch of years, yeah. Within the theatrical profession, Bond was openly gay, and from 1969 to 1976 was the partner of actor Jeremy Brett,
who played Sherlock Holmes. He was the partner of Sherlock Holmes, dude.
Whoa. Yeah. Whoa, he also used to fuck Ian McKellen. 1972, it came to an end when Bond was about to open in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
No offense to Ian McKellen, but he is not a looker. That's not a high mark on Gary's list there.
That's crazy because he comes across as like a fairly manly dude in Wake and Fright too. All of his lovers said he was wonderful in bed. That's a great one to throw
thank
in.
you
for fuck so hard it killed him.
Hey, that's the way to go. Just like Matthew McConaughey's dad.
David Graham. Agent David Graham, had it been within my power to choose, Gary Bond would have become my life's companion. Yeah, pretty much everybody that was gay back then was gay for Gary Bond. Who knew?
Why. I can see why.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I was saying, he had this like weird like animal magnetism to him. Like, I don't even want to fuck dudes, and I was like, God damn, this guy is crazy handsome. The whole time I'm watching the movie, I'm like, this movie is demented, and this guy could totally get it. By the end of the movie, you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna fuck him.
just once. Okay, maybe twice, but definitely once.
Yeah, no, crazy handsome. Died of AIDS. What a bummer. Damn. Actor, singer, thespian. Yeah. Whoa, what a wormhole to go down as we were about to end the night. Bonkers. Colin even called it too. Yeah. Oh my God, yeah. Referring to John Grant, what's the matter with him? He'd rather talk to a woman than drink. Tim Hines, school teacher. Dick. Oh. Yeah, it's like he moved to like Turbo Macho Town, and he's like the biggest bitch there.
What did you and Turbo tonight? You said Turbo like 3 times.
I don't know.
You opened up before we went live. You were like, we were talking about somebody, and you were like Turbo whore.
I called somebody a turbo whore before we even went live. That's excellent.
And you cut it right to the trailer or the opening, right? As I was like, that's a good band name, Turbo Whore.
Yeah, we'll end it at that. Thanks
Turbo
for
Whore,
guys.
Check out our new album, Turbo Whore.
Yeah. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm on with Rob, I think, for the draw stream tomorrow. I'm assuming you're joining us too.
I totally forgot about it, but I can probably do it.
And then we were going to stream after as well. I think like 10 to midnight, and I think Kevin will actually be here tomorrow night as well. If you want to join us for that too.
By the way, I forgot to mention, he killed it on Can't Kill Cade.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
It looks good on newsprint.
It's great.
I'm stoked to see that. I haven't gotten it in my hands yet. I think I'm going up this coming weekend to pick up copies. So, that's awesome. I need to send him out some when I get it too, and I think we got sketch covers too, so I might be able to send you some of those as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, take it easy, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Bye, guys.